What up, nerds? This is your Supreme Leader, Kylo Ren, and today, I just want to welcome you guys to the live stream. Today we are actually going to be just watching the Butthurt Menace crumble into pieces. We're going to be just reacting to a few of their things. Before we go ahead and do that, just going to check my live stream and see if it's good. Check, check, check. This is why the Butthurt Menace continue to hate Disney, Star Wars, Marvel, and more. It's quite simple. You already know what their reason for it to do it. Because they have nothing else to do and they need to find something terrible in these movies, TV shows, or anything that happens in the actors' lives or in the company so that they can continue to pander on and rant the same old stuff that they always do. And me, I'm just here watching on the sidelines, watching them watch their minds melt because they don't understand. They don't understand why what's happening, but I do. So gather around, grab your popcorn, because we're going in, guys. We are going in. It's good stuff right here. Good stuff. And this is a iPad right here, in case you guys were wondering. So, let's see. What should we do? What can we do? What are we going to look up? Let's see. Let's look up Andor. Andor is going to come out pretty soon, so let's go ahead and see what people have reacted to. So today we're just going to pretty much go ahead and just watch. Oh, episodes 1 through 3 is already there. Oh, nice. Can Andor save Star Wars? Of course. Of course, I believe that. CW level. Yeah, I truly believe that too, that yes. But that isn't why we're here, though. I think we could do that like a little near the end and just see how everything else is going. But let's do a little react. Who should we react to? Let's do Ryan Kinnell. Let's have a little fun right here. Oh, look at that. Let's see what he has to say. Holy shit. Look at this. Andor star says character hates men. Disney Star Wars can't help themselves. I think it was the other day where I was on my phone and I got recommended one of Geeks and Gamers videos. I think it was, well, actually before we do it, let's just go ahead and just react to one of these. Let's do this one, the most recent one. Let's see what he had to say. My apologies for the advertisements. I hate advertisements.
Views from these access media types. I have seen people that I trust that have talked about it as well, and they say that they were playing.
Let me raise the volume on that, my friends. If I can find the volume for that.
So many actors involved just can't help themselves.
Let me see if I can find it.
In the lead up to Andor, people have been talking about, it's based in a Trumpian world with modern day politics. Oh, we also heard this. Andor actor Denise Gow claims her character arc will address gender politics. Yay, just what everybody wants in Star Wars. And once again, Denise Gow, that very same actress, is...
Man, if there was a drinking game every time they mentioned any of these things, I think we'll all be millionaires somehow.
Speaking up, and a clip is going around just a few days before the premiere of Andor, and it doesn't really make people excited for what they're going to see. Denise Gow reveals her Star Wars character in Andor is surrounded
I think the problem with that is that many people just have expectations. They expect the show to be not political or anything like that. Even though in Star Wars there has been political things been going on, and like I said, there's like a long list of things that have gone in Star Wars and everything, and this is just another idea going on. So I don't get why people are all of a sudden like, oh, it happened. It's finally happened. Come on, tell me something I don't know.
inept men that are lazy, slouching, kind of corner-cutting boys. Man, we've never seen a Star Wars series, a Star Wars show, a Star Wars movie by Disney where they just completely and totally cuck men, where they make all men look like complete and utter buffoons and idiots in order to prop the women up. That's something new and original, isn't it? Let's read this. Denise Gao detailed her character, supervisor Dedra Miro, in the upcoming Star Wars series Andor is surrounded by, quote, inept men that she describes as lazy, slouching, kind of corner-cutting boys. Gao spoke with Screen Rant alongside Kyle Soller, who plays Cyril Karn, who I actually heard was pretty good in this from someone who reviewed it. In the series telling the outlet, Dedra, when she meets her, she's working for the ISB. So she's proud to be doing that, but she's surrounded by what she considers to be quite inept men mostly. Should we just listen? Should we just listen to this character? My Nerdy Home clip this out. Reviews for Andor garner interest, and then
the fact that he has to go to Twitter to verify, man, that's sad. Do you guys even have Twitter? I wonder. I just wonder. Now let's go down to my favorite part of the video, going down the comments section. Let's see. And they're supposed to be hyping it up and get you to want to watch it. Fuck them, no thanks. Could be the worst Star Wars show yet. The whole franchise has been down the toilet for years, ever since Kathleen Kennedy took over. We never know how bad the next entry will be. A lot of them soy boys be plentiful, and that they're cesspool called on Hollywood to play something they actually are. If you associate with soy boys, of course you'll be frustrated by men. Most of the world as you see it was carved by the hands of men, not women. Remind them of a historical fact every day. Damn. It sounds like she's asking for some harassment. Andor's totally going to be different, guys. Trust us. This changes everything. Look how empowering we are to women. She hates all of you. Also, Disney. I think Disney likes I can't even say that word. Flagellate. I don't even know what the hell that person was trying to say. Oh, another Star Wars movie that's not made for me. My dude, it's a Star Wars TV show, not a movie. Movie's a different story. And they expect me to watch this shit. Why don't men like the shows that hate men? Wow. As of late, I'm rooting for the Empire. Here we go again. Why don't you just shut up and actually wait until the show comes out before spewing all of this nonsense? I guarantee the 99% of the stuff in the media surrounding the show isn't even going to be in the actual show. All of this stuff about gender politics and Trump, I guarantee that it's going to be noticeable. It's just there to stir up conversation and buzz surrounding the show, which is exactly what it's doing. You're playing right into their game. That is exactly a good point right there, because in the end, everything is just talk, but we haven't even watched the show yet. Why is he already making claims that the show's going to be bad if you haven't watched it? And the $1 million question is, have you even watched any of these shows? Do you actually have Disney Plus and actually, took a moment, relax, clear your mind, and actually give the show an opportunity, and be like, okay, I'm gonna give it a shot? Or are you just grabbing from what other people are nitpicking from other articles? Or are you just grabbing from what other people have been watching and you're just taking that and just transforming it into your own words? But it seems to surprise me that the people who are always done with Disney, they always come back and talk about it again. And for me, I enjoy it. For me, it's just pretty fun. It's pretty funny that these guys still don't understand how it works. And like I said, I know my history. My history teacher, when I was in high school, he was pretty cool and everything. History is there in movies. He made that perfectly clear. And like I said, he wasn't wrong. And Star Wars happened to be his favorite franchise yet. And he talks about how it's related to World War II, to the Vietnam War, and things like that. And of course it's true. Of course it's damn true. You just need to, use a little bit of common sense, and you'll figure that all out. But no, they act all surprised when all of a sudden they start talking about different things and everything. Guys, the Empire literally were going to destroy their own planet in Star Wars Battlefront 2. And I'll say it again. The Wookiees were enslaved by the Empire. What does that sound like to you? Slavery, duh. Human trafficking in the Clone Wars. Slavery in Tatooine. Can I just continue the list? It's right there, guys. Come on. For crying out loud, the Emperor is the equivalent of Adolf Hitler. The massacre in the Jedi Temple is equivalent to what he did to the Jews in the Holocaust. It's plain and simple. It's not that hard to understand. So yeah, I think all of this is just to stir up the conversation and just, you know, keep people guessing about what's going to be the show about. But like I said, I can't really say Andor is good or bad because I haven't had the opportunity to see it yet. So right now it's just all words. Let's see, what else? Well, too bad for her because the Empire was created by a boy and led by a boy. Well, that's true about that. It was by Mr. Palpies. Let's finish the video.
Actor goes and says this and turns me right off. It's about a 34 seconds here.
So Dedra, when we meet her, she's working for the ISB, and she's so proud to be doing that, but she's surrounded by what she considers to be quite inept men, mostly. Well, no, all men, really. So, yeah, but she's surrounded by lazy, slouching, kind of corner-cutting boys, and she doesn't like it. So she's going to climb the ranks at whatever cost to everyone else.
Now, taking just one snippet.
All right. So I know what he's about to say. He's about to say that he doesn't like that because it's a woman climbing up the ranks and everything. Look, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just about the execution of how it's done and everything, you know. So if it shows a really good storytelling where, for instance, it shows like, oh, how she got up there and everything, then yeah, I'm down with that. But right now he's just about to ramble some nonsense, saying, oh, because she's a woman and all that stuff. So
this and saying, oh, look at this might not be anything, but of course this is the same person who said before that this show is going to address gender politics, and that's one of the problems.
There's nothing wrong with there's nothing wrong with gender politics, you know. Politics is in Star Wars. It's easy. You don't need to be a rocket scientist to know that Star Wars is political.
Long time that when it comes to Andor, if they do this right, if they have the right people writing and in charge of this, it could be one of the coolest things that Disney does, because it might break the formula we've seen so often of these fucking stupid, mindless, cartoonish live-action series that just rely on cameos and nostalgia to get people interested in them. You know, this...
What's weird enough that Ryan said is that, you know, he's right about that part right there. But the thing is that mostly prequels and the sequels, they rely on nostalgia to get you to watch it. It's that easy. There's elements of nostalgia. For instance, in the sequel trilogy, when they brought back Luke, Han, and Leia, even though they didn't bring them back together, it's nostalgia to get to see them once more. Same thing with the prequels. It was nostalgia for those who have watched the original trilogy to watch everything again. And to see our heroes that we grew up with going on this journey to get to that one moment, which is the original trilogy. So yeah, that's basically what it is. So yeah, maybe around there we can agree on.
Andor series could be a moment where they did something different. They do a gritty spy thriller that really gets you engaged in what's going on, really for like normal people during the Rebellion Empire era. I think that could be cool. I think that could garner some interest. But I don't think a lot of people are going to tune in specifically because they've conditioned their audience to just want, I need Easter eggs, I need nostalgia, I need dangling keys in front of me. So even if they did something great like that, I think that would be a problem for them. But now when you continue to hear this stuff from people involved, it just makes you realize that this is Disney Star Wars, that this is Lucasfilm, that it may be impossible for them to make something where there's not some strong female character that just wants to...
And there it is. He said the magical line. Bro, just give it a chance, to be honest. You never know. It might surprise you. It could be actually pretty good. And let's not pretend that Disney Star Wars has not taken out anything good. They have done quite a good amount of movies and TV shows, which some I may admit were terrible, and some were quite good. For instance, I could say that The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi was alright. Rise of Skywalker, I got mixed feelings on that, but I think it's still anticlimactic. And as for the spin-offs like Rogue One, Solo, highly underrated, especially Solo, since really no one went to see that movie. Solo was actually a pretty good spin-off right there. And as far as TV shows go that Disney Star Wars has made, like for instance the Clone Wars, the last season, it was pretty good. The Bad Batch, however, I got some mixed feelings on that. It was pretty good in the beginning, but then I kind of lost them at nearly to the end. And for Obi-Wan Kenobi, I really love that show too. The Mandalorian, it's one of my all-time favorite. The Book of Boba Fett, it was alright, but I feel like it was missing a few things here and there, but maybe if they do a second season, they could probably make things better. There are some good things, you know. Whoops. Oh no.
And dismiss and insult every single male that's out there. And even when you look at the way she says it, look at the way when she says men and boys. You can tell that she herself just despises them.
Quite inept men.
Look at that. Men. Look at that face. She fucking hates these men. Now, whether this is her character coming out or it's just her, I guess that's anybody's guess. But yeah, look at this.
Men,
This is real
mostly.
like this.
Well, no, all men, really. So, yeah, but
She
she's
said
surrounded
she already
by
said not all men,
lazy,
so
slouching, kind of corner-cutting boys.
It's just the boys. It's just the men that are the problem with the Empire. She is going to go in there and fix it. And, of course, this is going around right before the premiere.
but the thing is that it kind of makes sense though. You know, I mean, who is the one who massacred all the Jedi? Turns out it was a man. A man who happens to be on the throne of this Death Star and has conquered the galaxy, so yeah.
Of Andor. We'll see what this series has in store for everyone.
I still think it's pretty good though, but still. Wait one sec. Woo! Give me one sec. Check something fast. Just gotta check the live stream fast. Okay, it's all good. Alright, but still, y'all bashing it. That's the problem. Let's go to... Who should we go react to? There was one... I know this is going to be a little repetitive, but for Geeks and Gamers, there was one video that came into my recommendations. One that I didn't really think would come, but he actually went ahead to do this. He actually went ahead and said this one right here. Does anyone care about Star Wars Andor? Haven't seen the video yet, so we'll see what he has to say.
This isn't mine. I don't want to take the pill, and I don't want something in my uterus.
Grab the popcorn, guys, because, man...
We're actually going to talk about Star Wars for a few minutes because our good friend Chris Gore over at Film Threat had a few things to say about the first 4 episodes that he was able to see, and I thought it was worth a discussion. Now, if you're not familiar with Film Threat, you should be going over there and subscribing to that channel. I'll have links below. Film Threat does a great job of reviewing a lot of different shows and movies, and some things you have heard of, some things you probably would not be familiar with if you didn't hear it from Film Threat. So a great source for entertainment. Now let's talk about Andor. This is a series that I was very critical of the announcement of it. I just thought this was a bad idea. It did not sound good at all. And I didn't like Rogue One that much, even with all of the other stuff. Let's just eliminate all of the stuff Disney Star Wars. All of my criticisms, all of my problems with Lucasfilm, let's eliminate all of that. The announcement of Andor just did not interest me at all. Just based on just the films and forgetting all of the other noise, just the films. But the things that I'm hearing at least are interesting, at least from what Chris Gore has to say. So let's hear that, and then we will discuss it further.
Because that's why you're all here. Let's discuss Andor episodes 1 through 4.
Ooh, that's a spoiler right there. I'm not going to go ahead and do that. Doesn't look interesting, I say. For the people that are like, oh, this show is going to be like the old Star Wars, it's going to make it great again. Guys, I can't wait to see your disappointment. I liked Rogue One, still I'm having a hard time getting excited for any Disney Star Wars since they sacked Gina Carano. Kathleen Kennedy is still around. Ryan Johnson is still there, Feige's hovering in the shadows. Favreau and Filoni have done well with The Mandalorian, but I can't help but assume that the higher-ups can't help themselves but sabotage anything good in Star Wars. I'm going to go ahead and just skip it a little bit.
To cover these things, because I'm gonna hit Disney anytime that something negative is popping up. I'm gonna crush them every time there's something that I can crush them over, and I've done that consistently on this channel over and over again. And I think it's only fair to the viewing audience here at Geeks and Gamers that when I hear something like this from someone that I greatly respect, like Chris Gore, I think it's only fair that I give you this perspective. Doesn't mean you have to go watch it. Doesn't mean that you have to forgive Disney. You, as an individual, are free to do whatever it is you want. And that is what I've always preached to the viewers of Geeks and Gamers.
That's a load of crap. That's a bit hypocritical much right there. Also, Geeks and Gamers proceeds to continue to bash and spread negativity on the internet, saying how terrible Star Wars Disney is. Yeah, I've seen comments where other fans make fun of other fans there, man. So why all of a sudden the change of heart?
You are free to do what you want. My job is to deliver the information, and your job is to do whatever you want with that information. That is what individuality is all about.
Everything feels way more real. Real sets, real. There's an action scene where there's kind of a...
Whoop. That's spoiler right there. Spoilers right there. Look at that. Could it actually be that he finally had a change of heart? Nah, I don't buy that. I do not buy it. Nope. Once a toxic person, always gonna be a toxic person. Let's go to my favorite part of this. Is going down the comments. But still, you're here criticizing geeks, talking about how you hate it to the death and everything. Yeah, you want to deliver the message and everything, but the message that you give to your viewers and everything is to continue to have them hate what they love and be ashamed for liking Disney Star Wars. You say you don't care and everything, but you the thing is that you do care. You have to make sure that they are negative, impulsive, and continue to hate Disney, period. Because if they don't, then they're going to just start formulating their own opinions, and they won't listen to you anymore, and they're going to start doing their own channel. They'll start doing their own TikToks. They could go start doing their own platform, start doing their own thing, talking about why they think this show right here is good and everything. And that right there is what's going to kill you right there. That other people are going to start formulating their own opinions, and that's what they don't want. Because for him, it's lost money. That's why all these channels right here, they want to continue to squeeze out as much of information they can about how terrible it is going to be, supposedly, so they could keep continuing to feed the viewers that it's terrible. Saying how terrible Star Wars Disney is. It's really that simple. That's what it's always been about. Why did the people love the original Star Wars? I was there when it premiered and it swept the country as no movie since has. Did anyone say that walking out of The Last Jedi? Do people say that after the latest episode of Disney Star Wars? I don't know. But that's good. I'm hearing all these positive things about Andor, and you can tell Disney Lucasfilm put everything they got behind this. My question is, how come they're giving 110% to Andor, but gave a half-ass effort to Book of Boba Fett and Kenobi? I think they really did a good job with Kenobi, to be honest. I feel like Book of Boba Fett was missing some elements there. It was missing a little bit more of Boba Fett being Boba Fett, but I think if there's a second season, they should focus on that. But, you know, it was alright. After unknowingly putting myself through The Last Jedi, that was it for me. The years that followed of hatred, gaslighting of fans, labeling them as every insult in the book was the true death of Star Wars, but the proxy Star Wars died the moment Lucas sold it to these sick pieces of garbage. Damn. I really want to hope or trust that Disney will turn things around and put out a product that we can love, but I just can't bring myself to do it. They abused we the fans too many times, only by rebuilding our trust by putting out products that actually are good, but will they be able to resign our trust in any of them? I liked Andor from Rogue One, and heck, the movie wasn't that bad. I've seen it a few times, and he doesn't need his own origin story. And I think it looks quite good. But I'm glad it has a serious tone, and I was a fan of Rogue One, but that's it. I'm not interested in watching it because I'm so disappointed in Disney's handling of Boba Fett and Obi-Wan. If they can't respect beloved legacy characters, why should I support the original stuff? I'm not even sure I want to watch Mando Season 3 right now. Damn. That's tough. But nah, I don't buy it. I do not buy this whole change of heart. But that's what they do. It's like one day they'd be like, oh, the series is good, and then all of a sudden the next day, oh, now it's crap and everything. Just watch. When She-Hulk comes out, the next episode, everyone's going to say, oh, damn, this is the best episode with Daredevil and everything. Or they might just say it's bad too as well. Oh, okay. Let's see, which members of the Butthurt Menace should I react to next? Geeks and Gamers and Ryan Kill are overrated to react to, so let's see. We need somebody different. Someone who... Let's do that Star Wars girl. Jesus. They don't stop. Weirdos still screaming over me saying LOL. For anyone watching this, please do not have Twitter. Twitter's just the scum of a website. Not a website. Scum of a platform. I highly recommend you to not just have it. And just go ahead and just have YouTube, TikTok. Twitter will do you so bad, and it's a waste of time. I tweeted LOL and weirdos lost their minds. Weirdos are attacking me and my dead dog over a Brie Larson tweet. Damn. Rings of Power, She-Hulk director exposed, proves to her later she's never read the comics and lies about it. Kim Kardashian to guest in She-Hulk. What the fuck? Which should we react to? Female Tolkien fan reviews Ring of Power episode. Never really watched Lord of the Rings or anything, but Amazon blames fans. What? Okay, let's see that.
Republicans have crossed party lines in support of Democrat Senator Catherine Cortez Masto.
Okay, nobody cares. Skip.
What's up, all my Ewokshibles droids and Wookiees? It's Anna, also known as Star Wars Girl, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about how instead of actually listening to fans' criticism, the Rings of Power show decided to call everyone racist. And that's the world we live in now. But before we get into the topic, guys, my channel is Hardcore Shadow Band.
This was 12 days ago, so
like, share, comment really helps out my channel, fighting the pesky YouTube algorithms. And if you guys haven't already, maybe take a minute, smash the subscribe button, or ring that bell for notification.
I will not do that.
All right, everyone. So I have Twitter pulled up. So this is
no, that's a red flag right there. Twitter
is going on. So this is the Lord of the Rings of Power, because it's the Rings of Power on Prime account. So it says, "We stand in solidarity with our cast. Hashtag you are all welcome here." And then they put these little messages. We, the cast of Rings of Power, stand together in absolute solidarity and against the relentless racism, threats, harassment, and abuse some of our castmates of color are being subjected to on a daily basis. We refuse to ignore or tolerate it.
Whoops. Sorry about that. I gotta go back one. That sounds a bit familiar right there. Where have I heard that before?
The OC people or belong in Middle Earth, and they are here to stay. Finally, our love and fellowship going out to the fans supporting us, especially the fans of color who are themselves being attacked simply for existing in the fandom. We see you, your bravery and endless creativity, your cosplays, fan cams, fan art, and insights makes this community a richer place and remind us of our purpose. You are valid, you are loved, and you belong. You are an integral part of the Lord of the Rings family. Thanks for having our backs. Well, that was a lot. Notice how it's like no valid criticism. And here's my thing that drives me crazy is they never give examples. They never show receipts of said racism, because I guarantee you it would just be a few little internet trolls and everyone would be like, yo, that's an internet troll. Nobody is saying these things. But look who responded. This official Star Wars account, Star Wars Andor premieres on September 21st on Disney+. From Middle Earth to a galaxy far, far away. # you are all welcome here. And I just like to say, I haven't seen anyone that says otherwise. There's people that are pointing out valid criticisms, like things.
If they're posting that means there is actually something going on. And it's the whole Moses Ingram situation all over again. Where, yeah, of course, they're going to go criticize her because of the color of her skin. Same thing with Halle Bailey, too, as well. They went after her because of her skin. Even though before, which I believe was 3-4 years ago, that they announced that she was going to be Ariel, all of a sudden everyone's now surprised that she's now going to take the role as Ariel in the new Little Mermaid live action that's coming out next year. But the thing is that if there's a reason for that, is because these things are actually happening. And if you're going to deny them, then you're pretty much putting yourself in denial. You're blinding yourself from the truth. The truth is that, well, there are people like that. And they're not posting that to be like, oh, they hate you or anything like that. No, it's just, they're saying that to, to stop the whole negativity and making the fandoms even more toxic than they are already. I'm going to read these comments. The point of fantasy world is not diversity. You can make diversity, but if you broke your own rules of the lore, you are killing your own show. The rules for Tolkien is too simple. The elf are all white people, tall, mortal, but live hundreds of years. The humans are humans, the race of man king. You can make all the diversity because the humans are fucking humans. The elf are not. The elf not our humans, and in the show they are humans. So fucking boring. 1 hour of an episode is so bad. Cut the CGI scenes from the show and it's just fucking boring. What the fuck is this Justice League director's cut? Damn. Anna once again, Anna's 200% obsessed with whining about any series with a woman in it except herself. Ouch. Sissy whipped. The show is exactly as deep, complex, and compelling as the average 12 to 25-year-old. That's the crowd it's marketed towards. And written for. HOD has good cinematographics and good dialogue, and a story that sets up dilemma after dilemma, all to be resolved by Deus Ex Machina, which gets tiresome. ROP has good cinematographics, and the dialogue is cringe, the storyline is cringe, the acting is cringe, their fans are insulted, Tolkien is hated. Seriously, haven't you noticed that that this is a tactic Hollywood wants to divide? They invest in huge IPs just to force their political agenda on everyone, and the ones that have criticisms of a show, movie they call racist, they force people to silence to push their political agenda. It's pathetic. Don't even take that bait. The straw man is the only there, so people are not discussing the abysmal awful. I hesitate to call it writing and the flat atrocious character when that isn't done. Maybe talk about the visual representation of some characters. It's a straw man argument at the worst and a side note at the best. Holy shit, there's a lot of drama here. But what are we going to do about it? Absolutely nothing, because at the end these people will continue to take as much as they can and bitch about it online instead of moving on with their lives. But for me, I'm just really much enjoying here on the sidelines, just watching how everything is crumbling. If it is crumbling, if they say so, but I don't know. Amazon spent over $1 billion on Lord of the Rings cash grab series. No one, not even SJWs, are watching. And if we're all racist for not watching it, why is a House of Dragons doing so well? Because everyone loves Game of Thrones. I wouldn't be surprised if the trolls were in the house even. Also, just want to say I haven't seen all the Stargate series. But damn. What else does she say?
Don't actually make sense. Like, specifically with the dwarves, it's like if you live down in caves, like, your skin isn't getting the sun on it, obviously, because you're living down in caves, so it wouldn't make sense to have darker skinned people as dwarves. Like, that just doesn't make sense. If anything, they're going to be as pale as all heck because they're not out in the sun. So, I mean, and that's a valid criticism. I don't think that is racist in any way, shape, or form. It's just science, right? But they want to virtue signal. I guarantee you they had this all written up before the show even came out. Now, here is my friend Yellow Flash. Also, guys, this is me on Twitter. If you guys aren't following me on Twitter, go and do so. It's that Star Wars Girl 77. It's the one with the blue check mark. But so my friend Yellow Flash makes a good point here. So I think that this is a quote tweet, So Weaponized Nerd Rage says, I guarantee you this was written before. Yeah, I guarantee it too. The show even debuted. It's all part of the plan. Because that's what they're doing. And Yellow Flash makes an excellent point. Why are these racists ignoring House of the Dragon? LOL. Excellent point. House of the Dragon is a show, on HBO Max. It's the prequel to Game of Thrones. They have, people of color in that show, and no one's complaining about it because it's a good show. And what's funny is they've released their numbers for the streaming services. Look at the difference. So House of the Dragon premiered, had 4.8 million people.
Oh, Game of Thrones kicked ass.
People were pretty hyped up for the show, which is funny because after the ending of Game of Thrones, people were like, oh, fuck this. And then look at only 1.8 million U.S. households watched the debut episodes of Lord of the Rings during the first 4 days available to stream. That's because word of mouth got a hold of it, and people, said, hey, this is your pilot. Usually the pilot episodes are pretty goddamn good because they're setting up the tone for the universe. And when I was on Flashcast, I made this argument because Lofty was going off on on one of his little tangents.
Every race fantasy has light and dark skinned people. For them not to have blended after all these years makes the most racist show ever. But damn, she did say it. She makes a good point right there. I've seen ring powers called out for racism for their deception of the Harfoots, comparing them to stereotypical English gypsies or Irish travelers. Damn. The Forgotten Realms includes Drow, who are violent, underground dwelling, dark-skinned elves, dominated by females and with a renegade male protagonist, Driss Do'Urden. To be fair, a lot of people complain about Corvallar's been black at first time, due to the fact that Valyrian people are described as pale silver hair. So yeah, I can see why a lot of people are upset about what's going on there. And she does make a good point right there. Amazon can be evil. Evil, they say. Let's see. Gets her first Hulk smash. Let's see this one. She-Hulk.
Always remember, it doesn't matter how many years you've been trucking or how far you need to drive.
This content's not for kids.
What's up, all New York Show's droids and monkeys? It's Anna, also known as Star Wars Girl, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about how in the latest episode of She-Hulk, they basically turned her into a hoe. But before we get into that, guys,
Oh
our
no.
channel's Hardcore Shut Up and
Just
Show
when I was
YouTube,
about to
every
get
single
respect
like,
for
show,
her,
it
then
really,
she
really
just
helps
lost
out
it
my
right
channel,
there.
finding the
No!
pesky YouTube algorithms. YouTube doesn't like it when you speak your mind and have opinions that go against what they want you to say and think. So channels like mine get shadow banned. It sucks, but you know, the only way to fight it is to do the things I said. Also, guys, if you have...
She got shadow banned? Man, I wonder why. I wonder why. Could it be because maybe you and your group of failed Avengers are maybe spreading out negativity to all these movies and TV shows? I wonder.
Yet, maybe take a minute, smash the subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. Make sure that that bell is set
I was
to
agreeing
all.
with her with
That way you
everything
actually
about
get
Lord of the
notifications
Rings
when I post videos and
until
live streams. Now, that being
we
said,
get to this
let's
video.
get
Then I'm
on
like,
to
oh
the
no!
topic. Alright, everyone, so episode 4 of She-Hulk is out now. I usually like to post my in-depth reviews on Monday, and so until then, I'm gonna be talking about very specific scenes in this episode. So the first scene that I did want to talk about and do a highlighted video on is her dating scene. Also, guys, there is spoilers for episode 4, so if you do not want spoilers, maybe wait until after you watch the video or watch the episode to watch this video. If you don't care, then that's fine. I'm gonna spoil it for you. So in this episode, one of the ongoing themes is that she's trying to date, and when she gets into work, she immediately updates her dating profile. Instead of getting actual work done, she's updating her dating profile at work. And she has her regular Jen Walters one. Her friend is like, you should try it as She-Hulk a little bit later because she's not getting any matches. And, well, I mean, she has her, like, company photos. She doesn't even have, like, fun photos of her like, oh look, here's my trip in Mexico with my cousin, here's me with like the chopsticks for my Cheetos. Like, she doesn't have any of that. It's like, oh, all of a sudden when she wants to try dating, she loses her actual personality and she just becomes work Jen, which doesn't make any sense based on everything we've seen in the show so far. It's like these writers don't know what the fuck they're doing. Oh my god, crazy, right? So she then decides.
But the wild part about all that is that, you know, that it's not really as far-fetched as it sounds, you know. And I used to use dating apps before, and I gotta say it's pretty much accurate to what's going on in the TV show as well. Of course, they're not gonna have just like one picture and all that. And besides, I've seen profiles with just one picture there, and that's it, with a little mild description down there, so it's not really that hard to understand and everything. But still, that is pretty much a good reflection of what dating is on social media. So it's not really as difficult to understand.
Create a profile on this dating site as She-Hulk, not taking into account that she's a public figure and she's on the news. People know where she works. They know her real name. They know her identity. They know.
But the thing is, though, is she has the right to do that. I mean, when Iron Man said, "I'm Iron Man," you think he was just gonna, you know, be all professional and everything and be like, "Oh, no one's gonna know about my love life and all that." So he's a bachelor. Same thing with Bruce Wayne as well. Even though he didn't got his identity out and everything, he was out living life and everything, you know, as Bruce Wayne, because he is Gotham's prince and he has to, you know, be out there. But Iron Man, he's no different either. So
everything about her now. So what does she do? Instead of being cautious, like, oh, maybe somebody might try to extort me for information. Maybe there might be some kind of, I don't know, fucking super villain that's gonna match with me and try to take advantage of me, find my weaknesses, find the weaknesses of the Avengers and my cousin. And
wait. I think that's starting to sound familiar. I think that's starting to sound like the story from The Dark Knight Rises, where Talia was taking advantage of Bruce Wayne to, you know, to manipulate him, and then bam, backstab him immediately. But still, what She-Hulk does is her business, what Iron Man does is his business, and if people find out, oh well, too bad. That always happens. That's what happens when you are a celebrity in the world. Tell me something I don't know.
All of the things that could possibly go wrong with internet dating, she's like, ah, fuck it. And then she goes and she starts swiping, and she's like, it goes a little fast where she's like, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes. And then she schedules dates with these guys, but not just any dates. She schedules them all on the same night at the same restaurant. She's wearing the same goddamn outfit. Like, does she just sit there? Like, they didn't even try to change it. They didn't even try to make it seem as if time passed. It literally takes place.
A little fun fact for anyone who doesn't know about dating, and speed dating too as well. So in dating, it is a little weird to do that because, well, you can't really invite 4 people on the same day and everything like that. I think what they were trying to go for right there is speed dating. And speed dating is an area where you can go there and go out with as many people as you can for like that brief time, and then go ahead and pick one at the end. Because basically speed dating, that's basically how it works. You'd have like a time limit. I talk to this person for a few minutes, and bam, you go on to the next person. Bam, next person, bam. It was a bit of dating / speed dating as well. But it was pretty interesting though. I mean, for those of you who don't know what speed dating is, just look it up and everything. That's basically what it is. It was pretty much speed dating.
In the same night, same exact table, same exact outfit, everything is literally the same. Just, what are these guys on like a 20-minute time limit, and they get to...
Yeah, that's basically what a speed dating is right there. And weird thing about it is you don't even have to change the outfits or anything. Yeah, those were a thing back then before, the internet took over dating and everything. So yeah, it's not really as crazy as it sounds.
Go make their, oh, should I hang out with She-Hulk and whatnot? And so she's going through them. She doesn't like any of them. And it's like, maybe this is why you should read their profiles before just mindlessly swiping on them. Because she got a ton of matches. Wouldn't you pick the guys, once you start getting matches, wouldn't you pick the best ones out of the lot that you would want to,
Sweetheart, nobody even reads the profiles. They just swipe, don't look, swipe, don't look. That's basically how it works. And I'm telling you that from personal experience. So, nope, ain't nobody got time to read profile pictures. It's just swipe, match, message, boom. And then read the profile. We don't even read the profiles until, after you match and all that stuff. So, yeah. But still, you don't like She-Hulk, though. Alright, that Star Wars girl. Let's see, who should we elect? Who should we react from the Butthurt Menace? Oh, I got one for y'all. Doomcock. Actually, before we get to this one, hang on. Let me go ahead and just go over here. Whoops, not that. I gotta find my channel. I gotta see how the live stream's going. But one thing I will say for what Star Wars Girl said about Lord of the Rings and everything, because, I have not seen Lord of the Rings, Ring of Power and everything. I'm not really into that, but I mean, she does make a good point about that. Sometimes they do turn out to be correct on what they say. For instance, what Amazon says, but most of the times they're not. And I can understand that frustration when companies don't want to be held accountability. For instance, what Amazon says, but most of the times they're not. And accountability is what they need to be doing. Okay, so everything's good on the live stream, so that's good. But unfortunately, these companies won't be held accountable. It's better to just admit that you did something wrong, come out and say that, rather than, just trying to hide it. And that's why people are probably frustrated with the show. Because Amazon wasn't being held accountable for it being a really bad show or anything, And maybe it could be the same thing for Disney as well, But the thing is that the hatred for Moses Ingram, that was an actual thing that happened. And like I said, accountability. It's all about being held accountable for what you did. So let's see. I don't want to look up The Little Mermaid because I really covered that one up. So we could just go ahead and we'll do Doomcock. Oh, look at this. Andor has Kennedy's woke stinks all over it, and more of the same man-hating bestest ever from. My goodness. You guys need a really good creative with your thumbnails. See, look at mine. Mine is fun. When you guys look at mine, just look at my thumbnail. I'll show it to you guys one more time. See, at least my thumbnail right here is creative. See, look. The Butthurt Menace. And look, you have Jeremy, you have Doomcock, Ryan, and Nerdy Dude. And see, I have all this in the background. And see, I have a meme. See, I change up. I don't stay with that one same meme all the time. See, I'm creative. And the reason I call the Butthurt Menace is because, man, these guys are just so butthurt. They sound so butthurt every time these guys talk about the same thing over and over and over again. And I want this to go on record too as well. On this day, and right now the time is 10:01. This is the first time I'm going to announce this, but from now on, the Fandom Menace, whatever they want to call themselves these days, is now gone. It is now time for the rise of the Butthurt Menace. The Butthurt Menace is now born on this day. Oh yeah. I'm no longer going to call them the Fandom Menace, Geeks and Gamers. I'm going to call you the Butthurt people. The Butthurtness. And for all of us here, we're just here on the sidelines, just enjoying what we're seeing, loving what we're seeing. It's really not that hard, my friends. All you guys got to do is turn off your phone and move the fuck on. Oh, let's see what this guy... I used to follow him too as well. Overlord DVD. My goodness, I can't believe I used to follow him. Let's see, it's been a long time, and we'll get a little nostalgia with him. With his, oh my god, this is my voice.
A new car loses about 10%
Farmers Insurance.
Or more.
I think I may cry a little bit. Attention, the following video is not for children. They always say that.
Greetings, my friends. Thank you for watching this video.
Holy shit.
And if you would be so kind, please subscribe if you like what you see.
No, I do not like
Andy Masterson. And will it be woke? Well, my friends, I'm here to tell you that I lost all hope for Andor yesterday when my friend and fellow pop culture pundit Andy Masterson sent me a clip of an actress who plays Deidre Miro on Andor spewing the usual man-hating woke bullshit in an interview of concentrated obnoxiousness. And now I can tell you that regardless of where Kennedy's name appears in the credits, her stink is all over this show. Like a canary in a coal mine warns those underground when there's toxicity in the air, I stand before you today to tell you that you may well want to skip Andor, because like my favorite scruffy smuggler always says, I have a bad feeling about this.
More like I have a bad feeling about you not giving the show a chance. That's my problem with all of this, with people like you guys. Which is why I can't really take you guys as seriously as I can, because number one, you guys live in this bubble of denial, and you're closed-minded thinking that, oh, everything's that Disney touches is going to be just bad all the time. But take it from me, who was in your weird-ass group, I can tell you right away that it's not as bad as it is. And here you are, and the show's not even out yet. Or maybe it is out for some of you. You're already saying that Andor is bad. I don't buy it. It's all words until I don't see it on Disney Plus, on the Star Wars section, and I don't watch it. Then we could have a conversation about that. But until then, don't make assumptions.
Disney Star Wars is a toxic dump, Doomcock, you know that. Kathleen Kennedy dumps fans in a toxic ocean and doesn't care if they swim or drown. There are little islands scattered about here and there, like the Mandalorian or the Bad Batch, and Star Wars fans can periodically rest on those islands and have a coconut and some fresh water. But then, so long as they're subscribed to Disney Plus, it's right back into the polluted tempest, swimming through the toxic sewage of Book of Boba Fett, Kenobi, and now, I guess, Andor. And yet, Because Doomcock cut my head off and stuck it in a bubble of enchanted entropy, I tend not to trust him somehow. Call me old-fashioned, but chopping someone's head off is not a great way to win friends and influence people. Cite your evidence, Doomcock. Why do you say Andor will be woke?
Because, as the old saying goes, if it flies like a duck, walks like a duck, and quacks like a duck, cancel Disney Plus.
Sounds logical to me.
Where have I heard that before? When's the last time they actually did that? I mean, it worked perfectly fine with Solo, but all of a sudden you guys been losing your edge on trying to, move on from Disney, by canceling Disney Plus. Doomcock, yeah, you seem to support about trying to, say cancel Disney Plus and, just move on from all this stuff, but I don't see the case. You and your group of friends are still living on that Disney clout, and you guys need something relevant to talk about on your channel. So that tells me right away that you guys need Star Wars to be bad, and I don't care if you guys respond to me, because if something is offending you or you guys are getting mad about it, then maybe there's some truth about what I'm saying. Because what if it was actually good? Or maybe if you guys actually, dropped your egos down and come down to earth, where I'm at, give it a shot. Maybe you'll like it. Maybe it's not about what that person says, and maybe it's about what you say. Because the number one opinion that matters is not what Jeremy says. It's not what that Star Wars person. It's not about what that one guy. What was his name? Ryan Kendall. World-class bullshitters and Drunk 3PO and all those guys say. No, it's about yours. The number one opinion is yours. That is exactly why I left our group. Because I'm sick and tired of that same old shit. I'm tired of being negative all the time. And now, I see everything clearly. Now I can have fun with this. Now I can enjoy the things that I love, how I used to. For you guys, no. Mm-mm. But please continue to antagonize yourselves. Please.
Can't argue with cliches, Harvey. It's funny. Kathleen Kennedy has an obsession that I would characterize as bordering on a fetish for casting what she considers to be strong women in Star Wars roles. Jyn Erso in Rogue One, the amazing Wonder Ray, the bestest Jedi ever in the Disney sequel trilogy. The Khaleesi pwned Han Solo in his own Star Wars movie, getting the best of him at every turn in his own movie. The amazing Wonder Reva, the bestest Inquisitor ever in Obi-Wan.
I'm going to have to disagree with you on that one. I don't really think Reva's the best Inquisitor out there. As far as Inquisitors go, the one that I think took the ball and ran was Trilla from Jedi Fallen Order. Changed my mind. But still, the fact that you mentioned all of those, it tells me a thing or two about you. And of course you're going to bring Rey up. Likewise. Nobody loves Rey. Nobody wants to give her a shot. Well, maybe you guys did, but maybe you guys, just gave up, because, you guys have to overthink things too much. But with Kira, I don't know.
Kathleen Kennedy had the entire Kenobi series rewritten to make this show all about young Leia when it was supposed to be about Obi-Wan and young Luke. And
Alright, I'm gonna clear something here by saying this. I had no problem with the show being about Obi-Wan and Leia. Honestly, let me ask anyone who's watching this, if they do ever watch this. Do you guys really want to see Luke and Obi-Wan again on Tatooine? How many times we have not seen Tatooine? We always go to Tatooine all the time. In the future, I would like for Luke and Obi-Wan to do some training and everything on maybe Tatooine or on a different planet. But with Leia, it was an interesting approach because, number one, we got to know her home planet and how she was as a kid and everything. You know, with Luke, it's easy. And whichever, it was going to be fine though. But the thing is that Tatooine, it's just overdone all the time. We need something different besides Tatooine. But at least I'm happy that we at least moved to Alderaan to at least see Leia's family, see how she was and everything, and see her interact with Obi-Wan. You know, and who knows, maybe in the next season of Obi-Wan, Luke and Obi-Wan, they interact with each other. You know, it doesn't matter which one they went with. What matters is that people are going to still complain about it. And I was fine with whichever. But honestly, I'm just really glad they went with Leia instead with Luke, because with Luke, like I said, I could already fit the pieces in. They were going to do the same training and everything. But yeah, it's just, like I said, I think Leia was the good call right here.
These characters exist to put men in their place, to upset the so-called patriarchy, because as Kennedy famously proclaimed, with a team of women who proved themselves incapable of telling a good Star Wars story over the past 6 years, the Force is female.
Oh my goodness, this is their main motto right here. This is like Geeks and Gamers motto and Doomcock's motto right here. This is what they think Star Wars is. The Force is female. Dude, that's so fucking old. It could be 30 years from now and they're still talking about it. Man, you guys gotta get over that. The Force has always been female. Low key, but just reworded differently. You just guys don't realize it. What gave it away? The original trilogy, when you see Princess Leia for the first time. Oh my goodness. Jeez. It's just the narrative. You guys make it sound like, oh, that's what it's always about and everything. But no, it's about establishing characters for boys and girls alike. Girls, which is not a bad thing. Who doesn't want more girls in Star Wars? I want more girls in Star Wars. I want everyone to enjoy what they're watching. Plain and simple. Why is this so hard for you guys to understand?
I don't know about that, but I do know that the Force is dying along with Star Wars entirely, because the Disney board has allowed Kathleen Kennedy to utterly...
All right. It wasn't because Disney killed Star Wars. It was the fans too as well. So don't go out here blaming Disney like, oh, it's all their fault too. No. It was the fans too themselves that killed Star Wars too. And YouTubers, things like that.
Trash their franchise, drive longtime fans away, and fail to replace them with young women who don't like to be bored by bad stories and substandard acting.
Bad stories? What the fuck?
Kennedy's approach to Star Wars has been utterly discredited by now. The failure of Star Wars at the box office, the crappy performance of Star Wars shows on Disney Plus, and the lack of merchandise in Targets and Walmarts all across this great land testify to her complete and total failure. And I'm going to have more to say about this at the end of this video. If you have problems with Kennedy, you're going to want to hear what I've got to say. And yet, with all of this failure under her belt, Kennedy still thinks it's 2017, still thinks that this girls good, boys bad bullshit can still play. Now that the whole world is onto this one-trick pony and is sick to death of riding it, but I hate to tell you all, Kennedy's stink is all over Andor, if this interview is any indication. And since it's from Disney Plus, since the interview was posted on Disney Plus.
Pause, guys. Guys, an interview. This is why... Okay, guys, I'm going to go off on a little rant here by saying this. For me, I could give a crap's ass what actors, the company, what a couple YouTubers, or what other people have to say. Because I know that the one opinion that matters is mine. You know, I will listen, but I'm not going to take it right away from you guys and say like, oh shit, it's going to be bad. So that means I got to go, you know, wear my hat saying how much I hate Andor and everything and not watch it, you know. No. Why would I do that? Been there, done that. I hate that. I believe in opportunities and giving the show a chance for it to to, you know... Oh, I gotta get some water. Hang on. Give me one sec, guys. Whoa, excuse me. Okay, where was I? Oh, yes. The movies and TV shows that Disney takes out, I believe they should be given an opportunity to show what they're about, and then we criticize them. Because no matter what opinion you hear from, it could be from, like I've said, you hear from the company, from the actors, from YouTubers, from people, your friends, family, anything. The number one opinion that matters is yours. Also, just because your friends hated it now, it means you gotta hate it. No, it shouldn't have to be that way, though. That's the thing. And I just hate that every time that something comes out, you guys don't even let the trailer breathe. And all of a sudden, whoosh, you guys really have to criticize everything, you know. Imagine how things would be different if we just, you know, don't make a criticism yet and, you know, take it in and then boom. Just sit there and watch and let's see what happens. But no, it always has to be something. We always have to dig for... We gotta go dive deep and see what's wrong with the show. Which isn't the case, to be honest. And this is why, for me, I'm done following actors. I'm done following them on Instagram. That's why I don't have Twitter. I don't even follow anyone on Twitter. I don't need that in my life. It's a waste of time, honestly. And I highly recommend that anyone who has any of that, just uninstall it. It doesn't do you no good. Like, why should you care about what they do and anything? What their beliefs are? Because maybe they don't match yours, and then you're going to be like, oh shit, That's why I stopped doing that a long time ago. I don't need that shit.
I have to view this not as another wacky woke asshole shooting her mouth off for virtue signaling points, but an actual sanctioned corporate message that Lucasfilm under Kennedy is anxious to get out there. Andor premieres tomorrow, and I'll have a review of the first 3 episodes for you folks, but here is an early warning that you should seriously consider skipping this show. Now let's listen to this.
Let me repeat that one more time so you guys can hear that.
First 3 episodes for you folks, but here is an early warning that you should seriously consider skipping this show.
Alright, random guy from the internet, I'm going to go ahead and skip the show because it's probably going to be bad because you said. And how do I know? Let's see. Let me minimize the screen for a sec. Because, well, you have 285,000 subscribers almost? Because you're a big YouTube channel? No. I ain't gonna trust you. You know, that's how it happens. That's how it happened to me. This is how I got lured to these guys right here. Because I actually believed everything they said and everything. But my opinion, it started crumbling down and everything. And filled me with nothing but rage, negativity, hatred. No, I don't need that. And I don't believe you. I gotta watch the show first. And then we could talk. So, nope. Wouldn't trust this guy.
Now let's listen to this.
And wait. And also for the last part. Why would I trust somebody who doesn't even, you know, find the sources or anything? If my memory serves me correctly, weren't you basically as misinformation and everything because you said, oh, you had that one friend at Disney or that one friend and this certain production? You're the definition of misinformation, my friend. So, I ain't gonna trust you. It's like that saying, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, and, you know, Seth Rollins is going to come through the window or from whatever, and he's going to come and give you a fucking curb stomp. So, fuck that shit. No.
Spew her woke talking points. Denise Go, who plays Deidre in Andor, had this to say about her character. And take a look at the contempt in her expressions as she's talking, folks. I can't show you the video itself for fear of getting dinged by Disney, but I did some screen caps that demonstrate what I mean. Here's what she said. So Deidre, when we meet her, is working for the ISB, and she's so proud to be doing that. But she's surrounded by what she considers to be quite inept men mostly. Well, no, all men really. So, yeah, but she's surrounded by lazy, slouching, kind of corner-cutting boys, and she doesn't like it. So she's gonna climb the ranks at whatever cost.
That's basically what people do, you know? And going back to the whole idea of, Siths always betraying another. Well, here in Andor, Imperials betraying other Imperials. Why is it so hard to understand that? Who doesn't want power? It's about who's the hungriest and wants it the most, so yeah, it kind of makes sense.
To anyone else.
Hey, wait. Talking about taking corners and everything, that's the definition of being a bad guy. Why are we here making assumptions for the Empire and everything? These guys are terrible people. They've done terrible things to the galaxy. So yeah, of course they're going to be taking shortcuts and everything. And of course she wants to work her way up.
Expressions, where she's talking about inept men, lazy, slouching, kind of corner-cutting boys. Just look at her expressions, because a picture tells 1,000 words.
Yeah, looks like your typical man-hating Karen to me. Karen is going to put all the boys in their place. Kathleen Kennedy seems obsessed with putting boys in their place. Someone ought to tell her the best way to do that is to make shows that don't suck.
Spot on, Harvey. If Kennedy wanted to make the point that women can do things better than men can, maybe she should have started by doing something better than her male producer counterparts. But I don't remember George Lucas ever being such an incompetent producer. He had to keep firing directors on his projects and keep starting over project after project. I don't remember Steven Spielberg ever halting production on a TV show to rewrite the whole damn thing at a huge loss just to star a little girl instead of a little boy, or vice versa. Because you see, a competent producer makes that decision early on for the story considerations in the writing stage, before it gets expensive, before you have to stop production because you fucked up on the script. I don't remember Lucas or Spielberg running wildly over budget on practically every project they did, with massive reshoots and rewrites due to fundamental incompetence. Spielberg brought Raiders of the Lost Ark in ahead of schedule and under budget, while Indy 5 is just getting off of a year's delay because the script leaks showed it was so bad it was about to tank the whole franchise. It kind of looks to me that Kennedy has proven the reverse of her point, that girls don't always do things better than boys. Sometimes they do them a fuck of a lot worse.
Ooh, touche.
If Kennedy was really interested in proving her own superiority to the boys' club, she would have found a way to keep existing fans and simultaneously expanded the franchise to bring in more diverse fans. It's not an either-or proposition, but that's what you get when you hire a propagandist instead of a qualified producer. But that said, Andor is looking like more. You got your Reva character here, who is the
oh shit, here we go again.
Ever, but is being held back.
Oh damn, here we go again.
Boys.
Yep, typical.
God, the way her voice just drips contempt when she says that, as her soy boy co-star just looks on meekly beside her. It's just pathetic. The same old bullshit, second verse, same as the first. I urge you folks to hold off on watching this trash at least until you see my review. If this interview... Hang
on one sec. Alright, so now he's telling us that we have to watch the review. No, why can't your viewers watch the show for themselves and then come watch the review? See, it's those whole manipulation tactics playing again. They're like, oh, no, hold off. Let me watch it for you guys. Let me take the bullet for you guys from watching this terrible Star Wars show for you guys so that you guys don't have to watch it and everything. But what if the show is actually good? Then that means what you're saying is pretty much just a bunch of ramble and bullshit coming out of your mouth, and maybe there's people there who really like it. Has that ever crossed your mind? There's people out there who actually may like it? But no. Yeah, it's these kind of things that I'm really glad I'm pretty fast gone. I'm pretty much done with that. And for me, it's just pretty funny just to go ahead and just come back and watch these guys still on their little hatred spam, pretending that it's still 2017. See, he talks about it still being 2017 again, you know, and these guys are still living in the past, thinking that they're back into The Last Jedi, into hating it and everything. But no, we're past that. We moved on. Seems like these guys have not moved on. Shit. Telling me how to watch it. Psh.
Is misleading. I'll let you know. If it's really not what the show is about, I will tip you in on that. But I do, at this point, have an absolutely terrible feeling about this show. But let's consult my artificial...
A terrible feeling because what? There are female leads. Oh, shit. Oh, because there's some female leads, you assume it's going to be just like Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's going to be like every other show. Don't make assumptions. How about shut up, watch the show, and then we'll have that conversation. It's that simple. But if you're just going to overthink it, then, man, I don't know what the hell you're rambling about. Nope. I mean, you could probably fool your viewers and everything, but you can't fool me, man. You can't fool me. Like I said, one day they're going to figure it out, and they're going to be like, you know what the hell was I even listening to this guy to begin with? Shit.
Intelligence, Omnivac. Omnivac, engage.
A woman's healthcare decisions are between...
Oh, hang on, it's an advertisement. Give me one sec, guys, before we go to the comment section, because this guy right here, he's the cake on news. Give me one sec. Whoopsie. Whoops. Watching a video about myself. No. Give me one sec. Whoopsie. Whoops. I was just checking the live stream, see how it's doing. Let's go back. I wanted to read the comments for this video. Now my favorite part of these reacts is to go down to the comment section and just read. It's very simple to compare. Lucas started from scratch with an original story and audience. He went on making billions. Disney started with a 39-year-old fan base comprised of 3 generations, grandparents, parents, and kids, and somehow can't turn into a profit. It's always sad to see a good name go to shit, but after seeing enough names go shit, you become numb to the effects. It's just different times. Whoops. We just live in different times, that's why. Why gamble? You'll know by the reviews in a month. Why would I want to shoot 'em up where the men are incompetent? Why would I want to watch a show where you represent half of the characters as idiots? Any show. It doesn't have to be Star Wars. Just tell me why I'd want to see a show that weakens everyone to make the characterless main NPC look stronger. Why would I want to be a petulant white woman? Yikes. These comments are a bit censored things. By allowing continued abuse, we only denigrate ourselves further without benefit of Kathleen Kennedy. When Disney stock and parks close shut down, I will not be sad. Maybe someone will buy Marvel for $1. The thing is that for those of you that think Disney and Marvel and all that's gonna fail, it's not. There's always gonna be a fan base for that, and it will be a long time for something to happen for it to fail, but I can't see that happening because the power of the fans and love and appreciation for Star Wars, Marvel, Disney is still gonna be there. Could they have found a more beta to sit next to her? He looks like he came out of a central casting for guys who's never been laid. Damn. Kennedy isn't a propaganda. She's an idolist. She believes her stuff isn't bad because it follows the doctrine and it feels that validates her tyrant because to her the world is filled with racists and sexists. The force is weak in Kennedy. I remember my old teacher once talking about toxic people about our assholes in general, where she always ended up with phrases. Having a bayek around is important to remind you to not be self-obsessed. Just please never put them in charge of anything because they can and will mismanage even a smoldering trash bin into disastrous blaze. Damn these comments, man. Who the F is she, and why no person other than 99% of Star Wars fandom is male? Getting the opposite effect. Now 998% of the planet started to discuss extreme feminists altogether. Very bad PR move. Was it just me, or does the actress' description of her character sound less like Star Wars than a feminist story about a worker in a U.S. office on the Earth in the U.S.? What the freak? Just cancel Disney Plus. It's the only way to be sure. Good for you, pal. Good for you. You're doing yourself a favor from saving yourself from all that negativity in your heart. Obi-Wan was originally going to be a boys' adventure. How cool would that have been? Yeah, but here's the thing though. Here's the problem. And I said it earlier in the live stream, so I'm going to go ahead and one more time say it for you guys. Y'all just going to complain and bitch about it. There's always something. Always something that you guys have to complain about. If you guys can't complain about it, you guys aren't happy. There's always something terrible. Nothing can be good. No one can say, oh, this show was pretty good. No. And like I said before, I'm really happy that they chose Leia over Luke, which I both respectfully love these characters to heart. But I think Leia was the good call. And if they do a next season, maybe they'll do Luke. But like I said, have an open mind, man. Why is it so hard for you to process that? Thanks for another video speaking about how much we should avoid woke crap like this over Lord DVD. We knew we could count on you. Yeah. Thought like that too one day, and then woke up and be like, oh shit. These guys aren't as trustworthy and friendly as I thought they were. Kennedy is a reptilian. Everyone is saying it's the best thing ever show. I don't know. I haven't watched it yet, so I can't criticize. As a matter of fact, it comes out in a few hours. So if this is actually going to come out tomorrow, I'll be the first one to watch it. Anything Disney stars equals woke equals fact. For those who have the Mandalorian, you are woke lovers. Yeah, this is a typical Star Wars toxic comment section right here. If Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni isn't involved, hard pass. I know this will be in the minority, but I think Rogue One is the best Star Wars movie, or just below Empire Strikes Back. And I won't be watching Andor. Okay. Guess you're gonna miss out on a pretty good series. I mean, hope you did watch Solo though. 3 letters, DOA. LOL, and Disney has been trying to sucker customers into Disney by offering a month of service for $2. Yeah, this is pathetic of Doomcock. Really pathetic. Oh man, he's making another one right here. Why do Disney shows suck so bad? It's not just wokeness. A new leaker makes a stunning allegation. Really? Rings of Power ratings leaked. Disney's abusing kids and killing our culture, one soulless remake at a time. So for the movie Pinocchio's, like I said, y'all really freaked out because they did one change, which was adding her. Everyone really freaked out because they didn't make the fairy accurate. And only because they added one additional character. And it all of a sudden made the movie the worst live action movie ever. I don't know if you guys seen the movie, but I went ahead and watched the movie a few days ago, and I have to say that it was probably one of the best live action movies I've seen. Beats The Lion King, beats Aladdin, beats Lady and the Tramp, of course, beats Dumbo, and Dumbo is one of my personal favorite movies as a kid. That was an abomination of a live action movie. I can't believe that I spent money on that one. That was terrible right there. Really, really terrible. And like I said, not even Tim Burton couldn't save it. It was just really, really awful. Pinocchio, on the other hand, that was pretty good. Casting was nice. Story, it was all there. But the thing is that people didn't understand. It was just, maybe because I was watching the movie in Spanish and the way they dubbed it, it sounded better and all that. But anyway, the way it was portrayed from beginning, middle, and end, it was all just exactly to the cartoon. And I liked it. And the fact that Robert Zemeckis directed the movie, when I figured that out at the end, I was like, what the heck? It explains everything. Why it was all pretty much good. And I just loved it. And when the fairy came out to sing and everything, when you wish upon a star and everything, I was like, oh, that's pretty nice. And got pretty emotional right there, not gonna lie. But the movie was just, damn. It was really, really good. Not like 10 out of 10 good. I would give it like a 9 out of 10 at least. Maybe 8. But still, it's just all about blowing things out of proportion. And The Little Mermaid, I doubt it's gonna fail. It's gonna fail to deliver. I know it's gonna do just fine. But yeah, this is pretty much what the Butthurt Menace does. They continue to pander on to the viewers, to continue to hate the things they love, to make them feel shamed into liking everything. You know, even though they don't say it, even though they say like, oh, you guys have your own opinion and all that, no, that's a lie. That's a deep down lie. It's just it's all about pressuring. It's all mind games. It's like trying to be in that one table with the cool kids. If you want to be with the cool kids, you gotta like the prequels, hate the sequels, period. And there's gonna be that one guy that's gonna be the gatekeeper, and it's like, nope, you can't be in our group unless you hate what we hate. And then, you're welcome. And then you could state your opinion and everything. These guys deny that they don't want to be gatekeeping and everything, but they do it. They want to say that they don't gatekeep and all that, but they are showing their true colors by when they do these things. And whether they want to admit it or not, they're pretty much doing this just to continue to spread on negativity on the internet, to continue dividing the fandoms even more than they are already, even though we can, sit here, have a civil conversation about this TV show or this movie show without, having to hurt each other's feelings and be like, oh, fuck you. But no. Shouldn't have to be that way, though, but it's happening. And for me, it's just funny to see these guys so passionate about the things they say and everything, And like I said, there are some things that I know they're right about and everything. They could bring all the facts, all the details and everything, but I know, but I just don't care. Why should I care anyways? At the end of the day, I know this is just a movie. It's a movie and a TV show. I love it. Period. Life goes on. It's being obsessed. Let's see Nerdrotic. Doomcock was one I never thought. Oh my goodness. 3 hours? 3 hours of just talking about this? Jeez. Lord of the Rings, man. Woof. Look at all these thumbnails. The community. Let's see. Let's do Andor. Whoopsie daisy. She-Hulk. Let's see what happens when I look She-Hulk up. I hate this show. Damn. It gets worse for She-Hulk. Ratings hit pathetic new low for Marvel drama at Disney. She-Hulk ratings are disaster. First Marvel series to not make Nielsen's top 10. Yikes. This is not well. I wish people would just enjoy what they watch, but no. Oh, this guy. The quartering. The worst show on Disney. Oh, damn. It's the advertisements for me, guys.
A little extra, always. Every day, our chicken cheesesteaks are known to be a little extra. Extra premium chicken.
Well.
I'm only going to say this, guys, before we continue on into reacting to the Butthurt Menace. Is if any of these creators ever get mad at me for what I'm saying and everything, then maybe there's some truth in what I'm saying. You know, because all you guys gotta do is simply move on, and that's it. For me, it's like I told you, I'm just here on the sidelines, just grabbing my chair, grabbing my bucket of popcorn, along with my fans. We're just here watching you guys. You guys are like entertainment for us, you know. And it's just pretty funny. For me, it's funny because, number one, I could get away with it, and it's pretty funny to make fun of you guys because, you know, you guys could go ahead and make fun of other people and everything like that. But all I'm pretty much doing is trying to slap a mirror and try to make you guys see yourselves for what you are, and to learn to laugh at yourself, to, you know, loosen up a bit. But no, you guys are never going to learn. And like I said, all I'm doing is just saying things how they are. And if, like I said, I'm probably going to get hate for it, but you know what? I could give 0 fucks.
Oh, well.
Oh, no.
Well.
And by the telephone going in, well, he's already not enjoying it. Uh-oh.
It would appear that the ratings for She-Hulk Attorney at Law have leaked in a form, and I don't know how to tell you this about everyone's favorite girl boss. It stinks! It's the worst performing Marvel show in history, and that's saying something. It's performing worse than Miss Marvel. It's performing garbagely. Is that a word? Maybe they need to do more twerking. I think they mean they need more twerk. No, that's not it.
Oh no, he's one of these guys who can't enjoy Marvel. Oh no, he's a Marvel stan, and it has to be a neckbeard. Why is it always the neckbeards? For real. And he did not like Megan Thee Stallion twerking. But dude, are you gay? Seriously, are you gay? Marvel thought it was a good idea to, you know, put something that, you know, men might like. Hey, Megan Thee Stallion, she's a fine-ass woman. She could sing and everything, and she has a nice figure. Let's make him twerk with She-Hulk. All right. And then what did you guys responded? Oh, no. Pfft. Gotta show that machismo. Gotta be all buff and tough like twerking girls. Oh, please. If I go down to your history and if I find one video of you looking up a girl twerking, I'm gonna be like, No. No. That's shame right there.
Oh, it's the men. Men, why aren't you watching the show?
I'm watching it.
Don't you want to be lectured at about how toxic and terrible you are for 30 minutes?
Not necessarily, to be honest, you know, because I'm not all serious and everything. I could get offended less about what TV shows and movies have to tell me and everything, you know. Besides, when I'm ready to watch a movie or a TV show, I have my mind open. You know, and I'm not going to be all seriously and offended by it. Because it sounds to me that most of you guys out there are offended. Women too as well. They could be offended by the show and everything, but you know, maybe the show's not for everyone. And I respect that, but like I said, everyone has their own opinion.
Freaking man. Ooh.
That's right, the show currently sitting at a paltry 39% on Rotten Tomatoes and a abysmal 5.1 on IMDb. Now look, they came out essentially and said, this show is not for you. Well, again, to my 3.6% and growing female audience, it is for you, but not for men. Unless you're like a self-hating man. And
A self-hating man? My dude, what have you been smoking? And where in She-Hulk did it say that it was for women only? I think you might have not watched the episodes correctly. Where did she say that? And if you're going to tell me that, oh, it was because of a tweet, or because of Disney and all that, I'm going to hit you with something that's going to really hurt. Because I don't follow Twitter or Disney or any of this. I don't care. Who cares? Who the fuck cares? Set that aside. Go ahead and watch it. Because I didn't get that message.
And then it's for you. I suppose they say it's for all men because it gives us an opportunity to educate ourselves on how terrible we are. As if we don't actually get this type of messaging from all mainstream television. In fact, I've got a story later today about Disney's new Andor series. Boy, wow. How could they screw this up? Trailer looked awesome. Oh, men bad. Men bad. Men bad. We get it. You're middle-aged, middling attractive, and you're alone, and it's everybody else's fault but yours. We get it.
So that's kind of accurate a bit. Gonna get the comments ready because we're gonna read the comments after this.
Well, She-Hulk Attorney a lot premiere ratings failed to break in Nielsen's top 10.
Ouch.
Another failure for Victoria Alonso's business strategy. Data tracking company Nielsen released their viewership data for the week of August 15th to August 21st. And Marvel Studios' She-Hulk Attorney at Law is not in not a single one of their top 10 lists. She-Hulk premiered on August 18th and was beat by The Sandman, Stranger Things, Never Have I Ever, Lock and Key, Untold, Virgin River, A League of Their Own. That's embarrassing. Echoes, Instant Dream Home on Nielsen's top 10 original streaming chart. Now, there's a lot of shows on TV, right? In fact, there's not a single show from Disney Plus on this list. We're going to get into that and how it compares to other Marvel shows, too. As noted, She-Hulk's viewership was below 395 million minutes, which was 10th place in Instant Dream Home's viewership. We don't know if it was 11th, but we do know that it didn't have even that. It's unclear if She-Hulk Attorney at Law is the worst performing Marvel Studios.
Damn. Well, the numbers don't lie right there, my friends. That is true. And it's like I told you, man, women don't like what they're seeing. Let's see. Let's start reading some comments. I'm going to pause you for a bit there. I'm sure that Hulk would have lectured all of us men on why we should watch our show if only we weren't so misogynistic and sexist. But unfortunately for this garbage show, literally nobody likes to spend their free time when they want to kick back and relax being lectured and put down. What a shocker. I absolutely look forward to watching every single one of these woke garbage shows crash and burn. Get woke, go broke. I'll watch the show just in case they say anything about the future of Marvel. Just skip over the nagging. Damn. My woman friends who have superhero movies are not watching either. Marvel, Disney are the McDonald's of culture. And yet here you guys are still consuming that McDonald's. Just not the way you guys are thinking are consuming McDonald's, but you guys are consuming it in a way where you guys can still continue to nag and cry about it on the internet. So, yep, you guys are still eating off that Happy Meal. I agree the show is bad, but because of the men insults outside of that and the poor CG, it's an okay show. I try not to let politics stop me from enjoying my MCU content. The feminist face is fading, and I'm sure the next phase of the MCU will be better. Yeah, I agree with that too. You know, It's not too bad. The show could have been so great. The show should have been about her in the courtroom, putting the Marvel villains goons in jail, and then drop a legit villain in here and there, and do it a fun way, knowing that then these universes bad guys always seem to get out of jail. I know Cartoon Network had shows like this, and yeah, with a decent budget as a white male, I would have watched it and even been happy when they attack her outside of the courtroom. She stomped him. Daredevil being the main one, to me it was like watching a movie. They didn't skip the boring parts, and it had 10-hour runtime. Damn. Are we even surprised for this woke TV show? Yeah, it's always gotta be woke. The writing is awful. I turn it on and it just becomes white noise in the background. But also, women don't watch it. It's just that bad. So why men are to blame? Wow, Star Wars crap. Okay, I'm done with you. Bye. Yeah. It amazes me how women can dodge accountability. Everyone was told this show is not for you. Men don't watch Re-Men. I'm actually enjoying She-Hulk. Yeah, same here. Same here. I want everyone to enjoy She-Hulk. You know? Like, what the fuck do I care? Like, if they say, like, oh, She-Hulk's not for you and everything. I'm still gonna watch it. I'm here for a story, not for them. Even if it didn't have the woke parts, the show has no plot and doesn't seem to care about telling a story. There's little to no action. What is the point of her being She-Hulk? Damn. As a woman who has only seen the first 3 episodes because my friend sailed to high seas, I can confirm it's a cringe trash and is an embarrassment to a woman. Glad that my friend didn't waste money on it, but screw her for putting me through the garbage. Man, so many sissy whipped people here. And people who do not enjoy what they see, sadly. Feige has another bust on his hands with She-Hulk phrasing. This does bring a smile to my face. Yeah. Garbagely is a word now. So glad I canceled Disney Plus so I don't have to see that junk. Yeah. Alright, let's pause here, but let's go ahead.
Series on Disney Plus, given Ms. Marvel's first episode made the charts back on the week ending June 12th with only 259 million minutes. So it was on the charts that particular week. It's possible She-Hulk Attorney at Law could have performed better than Ms. Marvel, given we know that it was only viewed less than 395 million. Regardless, the show not making the charts is the first Marvel Studios show not to make the Nielsen's top 10 original chart. As noted above, Ms. Marvel placed 10th when it debuted with 259 million minutes. Moon Knight, which debuted on March 30th, was 6th on the Nielsen chart with 420 million minutes viewed. Hawkeye's 2-episode premiere saw viewing hit 853 million. Loki had 731 million. When it premiered back in Falcon and Winter Soldier premiered with 495 million minutes viewed. And finally, WandaVision was viewed at 434 million.
You want fast internet? You want Cox? A gig is 320-somethings on one network. One mines crypto to the moon and back. Another eats, sleeps, and breathes gaming, but doesn't actually sleep. And the third video...
when it premiered back in January. What's interesting about the Nielsen data is it calls into question other data analytics companies that claim She-Hulk did on par in its first 4 days streaming compared with other Marvel Studios shows like WandaVision, Loki, The Falcon and Winter Soldier, and Hawkeye. Samba TV reported that She-Hulk was watched by 1.5 million U.S. households streaming in its first 4 days available on Disney+. That is comparable to WandaVision, which they claimed was watched by 1.6 million households 5 days after it premiered on Disney+. However, it does not match up with the fact that She-Hulk's viewership did not even hit 395 million minutes viewed, as reported by Nielsen, while WandaVision did have 434 million. Well, what it could be, quite frankly, is it could be that a bunch of 1.5 million people tuned in, but only tuned in for like a few minutes. That a bunch of people gave it a shot and turned it off early. That's how, I mean, that's the most reasonable explanation for the big disparity. Not only does Nielsen data call into question Samba TV's reporting, but also calls into question Marvel Studios' entire business model. Marvel Studios executive Victoria Alonso detailed that the business model during an appearance at the International Animation Film Festival back in 2021. While answering a question if she ever gets tired of Marvel Studios movies topping the box office charts, she said the reason we have that success consistently is because our audience is global. You cannot have a global audience and not somehow start to represent it. For us, it was really, really important to have that. For the longest time, we heard that women-led film will never open. I say, please check Captain Marvel, made a lot of money. Then they told us that Black Panther was never going to open, and nobody wanted a completely black cast, and that made $1.3 billion. I'm not sure who was saying nobody wanted a completely black cast, especially for a movie like Black Panther, but okay. So you can look at it from a social point of view, a cultural point of view, but truthfully, this is a business from a fiscal point of view. You're leaving money on the table by not representing.
So basically the point of all this is to show that She-Hulk has been tanking and people are not tuning into the show. But yeah, that's not good. But still, it's a shame that no one can really enjoy what they see anymore. Which I don't blame them, to be honest, because, you know, there's only so much someone takes when it comes to the point where somebody's like, oh, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I want to watch something else. Which I totally respect, to be honest. Moon Knight had Oscar Isaac as the male lead of Dune that had released the prior autumn. Isaac's names definitely carried that show. Damn, those men. They're the downfall of everything. Victoria's so cringe, plus she can't help lie though through her teeth. Let's be honest, if we got comics, She-Hulk, Man and Woman would be watching the shit out of the show because we get good stories on top of good-looking female leads. We didn't get comic She-Hulk, we got woke Hulk, and that is not just entertaining. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. And here he is. Keep kids away from this teacher, my God. Oh yeah, I've watched that one. That was pretty bizarre, that story. Twitter fined billions, a new low for Lawrence. But yeah, that's all these guys really much do. Just talk about the drama that happens in Hollywood and how terrible it is and everything. But, you know, it's time to move on. It's time to move on and talk about other things. But, you know, it's time to move on. I was just checking to see if everything was good. Yeah, these guys right here, they're never going to understand why people continue to watch what they do. It's not because, you know, they're soy boys or because they're longtime fans, you know. But unfortunately, things change, things happen. And not everyone out there is going to like what they see. Big mistake, but yeah, I think it's coming to the point where people just can't enjoy anything anymore now because maybe people are just tired of the same old stuff. But you know, as for me, I mean, I'm really enjoying what Disney has been doing with Marvel and Star Wars, and can't seem to understand why people have to overreact. And that's the problem with the Butthurt Menace. These guys always want to shove down their narratives and continue to make us feel ashamed for liking Star Wars and everything. And that as soon as we start liking something, they have us hanged and publicly shamed by saying, oh, you guys like the Disney Star Wars trilogy, you like Marvel, like MCU Phase 4, call it MCU. If there's anything that I hate is that they keep calling it the MCU. It's ridiculous, honestly. If you want to call it the MCU, it's been pretty much like that for the past, since the beginning of time. And I don't need a comic book or anything like that to know how things are interpreted, but still, these guys are going to continue to bitch and complain online about how terrible these shows are and TV shows are, so they're not going to go anyway soon, and we'll be right here to, you know, have a good laugh, read the comments, see what their reactions are and everything, and we'll just enjoy. There's one more thing I want to look up. What should I look up? World-class bullshitters. He'll be the last one to conclude for today. He'll be the last one. Jeff Hicks. Oh, damn. Look at all this. Oof. The next step for Marvel. Oh, this should be good, guys. This should be good.
For laws that help and protect our community. For my son, daughter, mother, grandparents, and our future. That is why I vote. Who do you vote for? Check your registration now.
Oh, thank you, advertisements.
I feel like Pima gives students great support.
The people here work hard to make sure that
Next.
The following is a world-class bullshitters exclusive.
Today's video is brought to you by me, Jeff Hicks, and my new book.
Skip.
So I saw this photo of Keke Palmer as Rogue floating around the internet. The photo is whatever, but the conversation around the photo is the real story. We're living in Ghostbusters times. Don't know what that is?
Old Testament, Mr. Mayor. Real wrath of God type stuff. Exactly. Fire and brimstone coming down from the skies. Rivers and seas boiling.
40 years of darkness, earthquakes, volcanoes.
The dead rising from the grave. Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria.
So now that we're on the same page, let's talk more about Keke Palmer.
All right.
Give me 1 sec, guys, before we continue. Oh, sorry about that, guys.
It is toast.
We're not. This is the photo. Again, it's whatever. But in the words of Admiral Akbar, it's a trap. This whole conversation is one big trap to track racism. The last few years have been ugly. The culture war that's been discussed online has reached a new level of stupidity. People have begun looking for new ways to flaunt their virtue. One of the dumbest ways is to get hyped over these terrible casting choices. You see it everywhere. Look at The Little Mermaid. People got so excited that it was about time for a black mermaid or something. Is it ever time for these things? Is it time for lunch? We get excited for that? It's become a badge of honor to be so progressive that your tastes have devolved into whatever your political party believes. That's how they get these people on the internet to eat whatever lame stuff they come up with next.
And the issue with these people is that they always have to freak out because they take it so damn serious. It's fiction, guys. It's not non-fiction. This is a story Disney owns. They can do whatever they want with it. If they would have put a Mexican as Ariel, they could do that. If they wanted to put, let's say, a Indian, they can too as well. They can choose whatever race they want. And I think Halle Berry was the good casting for it because what was the characteristic for her? Not her race color. She has a good singing voice. But yet everyone here is freaking out over it. And the thing that irritates me is that people pretend that this is the first time they've seen it, even though it was already announced a couple of years ago that she was going to star in this. So why are we all playing this drama role again?
If you want a portion of your audience to eat up a turd wrapped in bacon, you have to convince them that it's a left-right thing or a virtue issue. People love to feel good. They love to feel good by their entertainment choices. People love to feel like they're making a change, but they don't want to do much work. So they act like this and think it's enough. They don't even have to like what they're championing online, just as long as it lines up with their ideas. That's why the last 7 years or so have sucked in entertainment. Crap gets made because it pisses the right people off. It sucks. It's like the inverse of Morbius. That got re-released in theaters because of the love of the internet. We saw how that turned out.
It's Morbid time.
One of the most recent properties to cash in on pissing off people was She-Hulk. Professional artists like Boss Logic would make art to antagonize fans who didn't like the twerking. That's cool. Art is supposed to get people talking. I'm an artist myself, and that's why everyone is talking about Tits and Art. Tits and Art, or TNA, is my new annual project. It's a big 11 by 17 full-color book busting out with beautiful women and beautiful art. Sign-ups are live now, and the campaign begins on September 9th. It's only live for 30 days, so I can guarantee delivery by Christmas. Sign up today, link in the description below. She-Hulk is the same thing. People getting pissed off means they're talking about the show, but then articles like this pop up. It's the same thing with Keke Palmer as Rogue. People may talk, but that's where this all ends. Talk doesn't always equal dollars spent, and pissing off the audience that's going to actually pay isn't a smart move. Do you enjoy going to a restaurant and having the server call you an asshole? Do you enjoy dining at an establishment where the chef glares at you while you eat? Probably not. That's why Dick's Last Resort went out of business for the most part. Angering your audience never works. Look at Star Wars. Piss off the fans and the films make less than the one that came before it. It's a law of diminishing returns. One can hope they're about to change the record, but this track keeps playing. It's so fucking repetitive. Stop! Outrage, outrage, outrage. It's all about outrage. How do you know the outrage fairy isn't some crazy...
Actually, he's not wrong about that. I agree. It's all about outrage. But the thing is that it's not just outrage with the companies. It's outrage within the fans themselves. And I could just put it into one word. Ridiculousness.
Glue sniffer. He sneaks into your house once and that's all it takes. Next thing you know, there's money missing off your dresser and your daughter's knocked up. I've seen it 100 times. Now the outrage monger, he's not getting anyone pregnant. It's all so tiresome, but it's just a big trap to get you to speak up, then be called a racist or whatever the hell they want to call you. Don't fall for it and don't...
It's not always like that, you know? It's not because of that. It shouldn't have to be that way, and that we could both agree on, but still, it doesn't excuse the fact that what's going on is there's gatekeeping. There's gatekeeping, and there's narratives that you guys are implying so you could continue to have certain groups. And the only thing with all of this that we've been doing is this is all done to proportionate division in the fandoms, and they can continue to be toxic towards each other. There should be more positivity towards the community. People should be more, loosen up a little bit. Not too much, though, to, actually give the shows an opportunity before, judging it down. But these creators on here are on here on a constant basis saying how terrible. No, how do you know it's terrible? Have you even watched it? No. Turns out it could be something you may like. It was like with that one segment of Doomcock saying that, no, I highly recommend you guys not to watch it, but why not recommend them to go ahead and watch it, and then we'll have a conversation about that. But no, there's no talks about that. It's always got to be about what you have to say. But what matters is that one day, people are going to wake up and be like, you know what, my opinion matters.
Play into it. Ignore it and it'll go away. Play into it and you'll get The Little Mermaid. I've seen so much outrage online over The Little Mermaid casting, and I'm going to say something I commonly do in my private life but never here on the channel. I hate The Little Mermaid. End of statement. Guys out there bitching online, unless you're doing it ironically or trolling, just stop. It's lame to bitch about The Little Mermaid.
You're right about that too, but then again, kind of doing it the same, aren't you? You're doing it the same.
It's The Little Mermaid. Man up and bitch about something else. You're embarrassing the rest of us and yourselves. Outrage marketing is at the point where people are fighting over The Little Mermaid. The world is falling apart, but hey, let's focus on the redheaded erasure and get pissed off that Disney is hurting the legacy of a film you didn't care about in the first place. This is all a response to the other side of fucking with established and beloved characters. It's political and stupid. Your voting record and your disdain for Ghostbusters 2016 have nothing to do with each other. Not wanting Black Rogue or Professor X doesn't make you a racist. The people trying to equate them are the assholes in this scenario on Reddit. This all feels like a big game or a bad dream where some giant hand in the sky keeps moving the chess pieces but fails to realize this is a game of checkers and the players don't follow the rules, even if they agree with it. The flip side of the outrage is the disingenuous virtue signaling, which is just as nauseating as the constant, baseless outrage. I look at an artist like Lizzo and think, is she popular because she's good, or does society push her because she's big and we're in the middle of body positivity 97? This screws with my perception of what's great because the narrative around the artist is more important than the music. Look at Prince. He changed his name to a symbol. He was eccentric to the nth degree, but his performance level was off the charts. Is that the...
Pause. Everything he said right there, we could both agree on. But it doesn't excuse the fact that you guys have to call out people out for liking the things they like. And that's why I'm here. I'm here to react to you guys. And you know what? It's been a whopping 5 years and things are still the same. And things aren't going to get any better, my friend. So, I'm going to quote my good old friend Roman Reigns. There's only two ways. You guys could either fall in line or get smashed. Maybe not get smashed, more like get laughed at. Let's see what the comments have to say. I really could care less about what Marvel does anymore. I don't buy their comics anymore, and their movies and TV shows had almost no appeal to me. I have plenty of back issues from back in the day to get my fix. People are buying into the controversies, but they're not buying at the box office, which is all that matters. The dollar is a god to a corporation, and you can't push political agendas without depth to equity ratios. There's only so many write-downs you can sort out through Hollywood accounting. Why are we even entertaining their bullshit? Because we got nothing to do, that's the thing. Golden Age, 1938, 1956. Ooh, the Silver Age, the Bronze Age, the Dark Age, Modern Age. Oh, dang. Damn. Another fucking redhead. What is all this gender erasure? They're an actual smaller minority than blacks. What? Let me guess. She's also a lesbian Muslim with a New York accent. Well, they're already race-bending Professor X, changing the name from X-Men to mutants, and I can tell you they're going to change all the beloved characters by race-bending, gender, and turn gay. I don't know about that. Nobody cares, and they can burn it all the money they want, so as long as the money they burn is theirs. She sucks. She doesn't even look like Rogue. 2 and 3 don't care. Disney and Hollywood suck. Number 1, it's just a picture. You don't even know if that's going to be the real Rogue, so chill the fuck out. Chill out! I'm calling out. When they introduce Iceman, he will be gay. Just like in the Soy Boy comic. Oh, fuck. So Storm will be white now, right? Who cares if the Little Mermaid is black? Seriously, do you bunch of grown men care that much about the original? Good news, it still exists. You can still purchase it. Person's right about that. But yeah, all of this is just to cause controversy and, to go against one another and everything. If they race swap the X-Men, I'm going to kill a lot of people. Oh shit, somebody get that user. He's going to kill a lot of people. Ooh. FBI wants to know your location. Don't care about X-Men or Rogue. Ooh, and I love the X-Men. And I love Rogue. The problem with deliberately and repeatedly attacking fans is inevitable. They're no longer fans. There's always something else actually deserving of my time and money. Exactly. Same. Little Mermaid's going to be the next Lightyear. Doubt that. I went ahead and watched Lightyear and it was just awful. Visually, it looks nice. But the story, oh man, it was getting me for that first half until it got, well, spoiler alert, to the part revealing that, oh, it turns out it was just Buzz. Why can't it just be his actual father instead of him being himself? Yeah, the movie was a really, really big disappointment. But really good visuals, not gonna lie. But almost had it, but nope. But yeah. But still, here we are, talking about it again. No, don't touch my waffle, Rogue. No such thing as a great replacement theory. Not. Race and gender swapping established characters is beyond lazy, especially when they do it in the name of representation. Thank you, Jeff. A cooler head that is prevailing. Should that not be mer person? I get it, forcing a narrative is annoying, but isn't she a good actress? Exactly. That's what I'm saying too. This is why I can't take these bozos seriously most of the times. Yeah, in some parts we can both agree and everything, but to follow them wise, no. I did the right call 3 years ago. Was it 2 years ago? 3? I can't remember. I did the right call when I left. And like I said, I took some really good notes and took the best out of them, and I went ahead and formulated my own opinion. And honestly, I took the good and the bad and meshed it together. Now I'm free. I'm open. I can no longer be offended by what the actor says, what Disney has to say, what Paramount says, Amazon. I could give fucks what they say anymore, because I'm here to be entertained. And I know most of you want to be entertained too. It's so simple. And yet, we have to cry and trigger about it because what? We didn't like it. If I know I didn't like a movie or a TV show, I'm not going to cry about it on the internet. I'm not going to go ahead and unsubscribe Disney Plus and all that. Maybe, depending what they do. I'm just going to stop watching or unsubscribe, period. Life goes on like nothing. Or if I had a channel talking about the same old thing over and over and over, I'm going to talk about other things. I ain't going to talk about the Fandom Menace all the time. Life has to go on too. So I want to talk about the things that I love. I still love Star Wars. I still love Marvel. I still collect the toys and everything. I play the video games and all that. I mean, there's a lot to talk about besides Star Wars. If it's a dead franchise and everything, I mean, you as a Star Wars fan, you could just simply move on. Talk about the things you love. If you loved episode 3, talk about episode 3, you know. But no, it's all hypocritical for all of us. And like I said, for me, it's just pretty funny just to watch all these guys who I used to watch crumble in their minds and still not understanding that all they gotta do is just ignore it. Ignore it and move on. And I could bet you my money, if you wanted these companies to acknowledge you, that's the only way. Just ignore them. But honestly, for me, I'm enjoying what I'm seeing, so that's not the case for me. Heck, I don't think anytime soon you guys are going to get any positivity out, you know. But it's all convenience, you know. And if you guys are holding back on that, then fam, you guys got some serious issues. If you guys actually do like the shows and you guys are just pretending for that Disney clout. And everyone here on YouTube, we all ride each other. We all riding for that clout, for those views, for those clicks. So yeah, it's not surprising to see you guys still continue to talk about something that is dead. And sooner or later, the viewers are going to get bored of you guys, and they're going to move on. And they're going to start formulating their own opinions and be like, you know what, we'll start hating this, and you know, life continues on, and nothing of importance was lost. Because that's how it is. And I'll just be sitting right here with my bucket of popcorn, and most of you guys already have your buckets already finished up and everything. We'll just come back, refill it, sit down, and watch the show of corporate companies versus the fans. And you know, us fans, we're stronger than them. It has been proven that we don't need, for instance, Amazon. We don't need Disney to make content. You guys could do it yourself. Because the power of the fans are more powerful than the companies. If they won't come down to earth with us, we'll do it ourselves. We don't need to rely on Disney. We'll just do it ourselves, plain and simple. Whatever it costs, whatever it takes, but you know, we'll do it right. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. That's all it takes. But man, you guys need to really tone down your overreactiveness. The way you guys take things and overreact, because it's the same thing over every day. And like I said, I was lucky to be one of those few that actually caught up what these guys were talking about, and I left. That's why I can't take them serious. And it's funny. For me, it's just funny. All of this is just pretty funny to me, and I don't care. Why should I care? Why should I care what Brie Larson says? Why should I care about what Robert Downey Jr. follows, a Democratic or Republican? I don't care. Who cares? Like, why should you care? Why do you care? What does that affect you? You're here for a Marvel character that you love to see and everything. You're not here for the actor and all that. I mean, unless you really love the actor and all that, then yeah, go ahead. But I mean, just be aware. If they got Twitter, that's a red flag. TikTok, Instagram. It's like what our buddy Syndrome says. Never follow your heroes. Especially the ones you love, because it turns out they can disappoint you. So yeah. Well, my friends, I think I'm going to conclude it here. It's pretty fun just to go ahead and go back into time and, just react to everyone. And man, these guys are never going to change. And you know what? Mark my words. In 30 years, we're still going to be talking about how terrible Star Wars and Marvel is. And yep, they'll continue to be crying about it on the internet. And their kids are going to be probably crying about how much they hate the reboot of The Little Mermaid, and here we are. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Our goal is 1,000. And as always, may the force be with y'all, and y'all take care now. And I'll do more live streams soon. The next live stream is gonna probably be WWE 2K22, so stay tuned for that. Alright, this was fun, guys, and thank you for watching. Peace.